If you're stepping into leadership for the first time, there's a mistake a new CEO make. They think being firm means being aggressive. So they raise their voice, they become controlling, they intimidate their team. But the best CEOs understand something different. You can be firm without being aggressive. And today, on day 27 of becoming a CEO's journey, I'm sharing the leadership lesson I'm learning about communicating with strength, clarity, and respect. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this series documents my real journey of stepping into the role of CEO, running leadership lesson in real time. Every day, I share something I'm discovering about leadership, decision making, and building something meaningful. And today's lesson is one every leader must master: how to be firm without becoming aggressive. Firmness comes from clarity. Aggressive aggression usually comes from frustration. Aggressive comes from frustration. Firmness comes from clarity. A CEO who's clear about expectation does not need to shout. Instead of saying, "We need this done immediately," a firm leader says, "Here is the expectation. Here is the deadline. Let's make sure we deliver." The difference is simple. Aggression creates fear. Clarity creates accountability. Your team should understand the direction without feeling attacked. Respect builds authority. Many new readers think respect comes from being tough. Like my part-time job, I have a manager who thinks like shouting, controlling, demanding is being tough. And doing all that, it thinks like it's gonna gain him respect. But in each and every day that he shouts, demands, and becomes aggressive, it keeps losing respect each and every day. We do not respect him. But the real authority comes from consistency and fairness. You can correct mistakes. You can hold people accountable. You can set high standards, but you do it with respect. Because when people feel respected, they don't just follow instructions, they believe in the mission. And that's how great companies are built. Control your emotions. One of the biggest leadership tests is emotional control. When something goes wrong, the easiest reaction is anger. But CEOs are not paid to react. They are paid to respond with wisdom. And if you do not understand wisdom, as somebody who was born in a Christian home, Christian family, we are taught in church, if you don't understand wisdom, there is this one king in the Bible, King Solomon. King Solomon, he was put into test. There were two women who were fighting in his kingdom. These two women, one had killed her son sleeping beside her at night. And the other one, the son was very alive, much alive. So the one who killed her son, a baby boy, at night, she realized like she has killed her boy, her son, at night. She decided to switch the dead boy, the dead baby, to their other mother. In switching, when they woke up in the morning, the other mother realized her son, who was alive, much alive, the whole night, she thought she is dead. And then there was some, shouting, crying, like how could I have killed my own son? But she knew this mother. She knew how lecherous the other mother was. So they decided to take the matter to the king, who is King Solomon, and decided, you know what, let's let the king decide on this matter, because we cannot decide by ourselves. We cannot handle it. So since the king was out of option, the other mother was like, this is my son, and that one was like, oh, the red one is your son. So the king didn't have another choice. The king decided. He bowed the head, he lowered his head down, and then he asked God for wisdom, because out of the situation, he did not understand what to do. Because the other mother who slept on her baby and killed her baby, she was demanding the king to kill the son, to kill that boy who was alive, because her son was already dead. So the king didn't know what to do, so he had to ask God for wisdom and knowledge in order to know what to do with that situation, how to deal with it. Immediately, he came up with a solution. He decided, I'm not gonna kill the baby. This is what I'm gonna say. He called one of his officers. He said, officer, bring me the sharpest knife, biggest knife. I want to cut this baby in the middle. One take one side and one take side. The one who killed her son at night, she was encouraging the king. Yes, king, do that. King, yes, do that. But the one who knew like, this was my son. I don't want my son to be killed. She said, my lord, do not kill the baby. If she's saying that is her son, let her have him. I'll stay motherless. I'll be without a baby. God will give me another child. Immediately as that mother said that, immediately the king knew this mother who was saying, yes, killed, let's separate it. One take one side and one. The king knew this was not her child. The king did not kill the baby. He decided the baby to go to the mother, the real mother. So in what I'm trying to say here, as a reader, as a CEO, if you in a tough situation, you don't know what you want to do not react immediately. If you react immediately, you may say the wrong thing. As a Christian, ask God for wisdom and knowledge so that God can open your mind clearly so you can know what to do in that tough situation. I'm the testimony. I've done it several times and it has worked. A calm reader communicates with strength. A reactive reader creates instability. Your team should see confidence in your voice, not frustration in your tone. And that's what I see every day, each and every day on my part-time job. The ones who call themselves managers, the ones who say that they are there to read us, they are the ones who are more frustrated than us employees. And when we look at them, how they are frustrated each and every day, us that we are supposed to have easy time to do our job, it makes it harder because we don't know which kind of manager to trust. Firm readers set boundaries. Being kind does not mean being weak. Being understanding does not mean lowering your standards. Great CEOs set clear boundaries. They communicate. This is what we stand for. This is the level of excellence we expect. And this is the direction we are going. In my part-time job, yes, we do have readers, we have managers. They set boundaries. In setting those boundaries, themselves as the readers, they don't follow through those boundaries. They say, this is what should be happening in our company. We do not expect this. We do not this and that. But the tone of them telling us, setting boundaries is, I could say it's a weak tone. It's not a strong tone. It's a weak tone of making us feel like these readers, they don't know what they're saying. It's because maybe they had it somebody saying, now they are trying to set it clearly in this company, but it will not work because themselves, they are not following through those boundaries. You see? That is firmness. And when done correctly, it earns trust. Your tone shapes your culture. One thing I'm realizing in the CEO journey is this. The reader's tone becomes the company's culture. If the reader is aggressive, the culture becomes tense. If the reader is calm, focused, and firm, the culture becomes productive. People perform better when they feel safe to contribute. So, as a CEO, the way you speak is not just communication, it is culture building. What I'm learning on this journey is that leadership isn't about power. It's about responsibility. Responsibility to guide people. Responsibility to make difficult decisions. And a responsibility to communicate in a way that moves everyone forward. Being firm is about protecting the mission. Being aggressive often damages the people's helping you achieve it. And great CEOs know the difference. So if you are building something, if you are leading a team, or if you are stepping into leadership for the first time, remember this. You don't need aggression to lead. You need clarity, calmness, and conviction. Be firm, be focused, but always lead with wisdom. And if you don't know how to have wisdom, ask God to give it to you. If you are enjoying this Becoming a CEO series, subscribe and join me on this journey. We are documenting the real lessons of leadership day by day. And I would love to hear from you. Do you think leaders should be tough, calm, or both? Let me know in the comments below. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.